What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to be taking a good old look at a bunch of Red Digimon. You see, ladies and gentlemen, a bunch of Red Digimon have gone and been revealed, and I'll be honest with you, these were revealed in magazines. We didn't have the best look at them. The good news is we do have lovely people over at DigimonCard.dev, and what have those lovely people over at DigimonCard.dev gone and done? Well, they've done what they've usually gone and done, and they've cleaned the images up, made little proxies with translations, because they are awesome. There is a reason I speak so highly, so often of the lovely folks over at DigimonCard.dev. They are doing a great service to the community, and they deserve our thanks. But we've got, I want to say, 6 Red Digimon to be taking a look at here, so we probably need to get rolling sooner rather than later. So let's start off with our old friend Agumon. Agumon is a free cost to play normally, 0 cost to evolve, 2000 power level 3 Digimon. Basically what that tells us is that it's a little bit weaker than usual, so it should have a nice little skill, does it? Well, it's a skill that by now is probably going to start looking just a little bit familiar. If this Digimon is trashed as a result of a Digiburst skill, return this card to your hand. Oh, it's one of those. And we're expecting these at this stage. We are expecting them to come around essentially for every typing. First one of these we saw was Aldamon back in green. Had this exact same skill. So it's the kind of one we should be expecting. We can expect this in all of them by now at this stage. Agumon in blue was another one that we've previously seen here. So not unexpected, but it's nice that we've got one confirmed. I don't need to say too much about this if I'm honest with you, because we analysed it the first couple of times. The deal is quite simple. If you're playing a Digiburst deck, this means you're going to have access to more level 3 Digimon as you go through the game, and that may well be a good thing, but you don't have any other skills. You're not terribly powerful, but you are going to be able to recycle those level 3s quite easily. Fugamon here is a level 4 Digimon. We got 3 cost to play normally, 1 cost to Digivolve, 3000 power. And honestly here, we have a reason to play this card, and it's not the pitiful 3000 power, it is a 1 cost to Digivolve. Or to be honest with you, it's the 3 cost to play normally. Yeah, you see, ladies and gentlemen, this is a good card. This is a very nice card. Not for any real reason other than it's cheap. Level 4s are not supposed to cost 1 to a Digivolve, they're supposed to cost 2 to Digivolve, which makes this awesome. Now there is at least one other red, I can at least think of one off the top of my head, and I'm looking around on DigimonCard.dev, I'm not seeing any others. Up till now it's been Dark Tyrannomon. Now, let's be clear, Dark Tyrannomon has 6000 power. 6000 power is huge. We like 6000 power. But then again, Dark Tyrannomon is a 6 cost to play normally. That is huge, ladies and gentlemen. That is absolutely huge. Here, it's terribly weak. You know, 3000 power is what we expect from a level 3. But then again, the 3 cost to play normally is what we expect from a level 3. And 1 cost to Digivolve is cheaper than we expect from a level 4. Bit more than we expect from a level 3. Kind of comes in between them. So the point I'm making here is, if you want a cheap level 4 Red Digimon, Fugamon is the cheapest one we've had so far. And if you're trying to play a speed build, Fugamon has absolutely got your back. Now, Geogreymon has appeared in the card game before, but we haven't seen it appear in Red. So, you know, Red debut, yay! As a level 4 here, we've got a 5 cost to play normally, which is not terribly cheap but not horrendous. 2 cost to Digivolve, which is standard for a level 4. And 5000 power, which isn't terrible but isn't great. But what do we have? Well, we got a Digiburst skill, which is worth getting excited about. It is Digiburst 2, that is to say, to activate it, you must trash 2 Digivolution sources from this Digimon. And you delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4000 power or less. This is awesome. Now look, We're talking 4,000 power or less. We're talking the majority of level 4s, though not all of them. They're rare, but they do exist. And you'll get the odd level 4 as well. So you're getting some level 4s, pretty much all level 3s. The fact of the matter is, you're just digivolving up. And while you're digivolving up, you take a little bit of a break to take out a Digimon. And that, I mean, it could be something like Tumon. Tumon is a great example when we're looking at skills like this, because Tumon's got that really annoying skill that stops you gaining memory outside of Tamer skills. We don't like that. That's actually really annoying. So what you do is you play this, you get rid of Tumon, 1,000 power, not hard to take out, and then you carry on digivolving up and carry on with your day. You're not getting it cheap like you are with the Fugamon we looked at a moment ago, but you've got a really nice skill. One word of warning which is really important here. This is a Digiburst 2 skill on a level 4, so please remember that the only way this works is if you're able to go level 2 into a level 3 into this, because you do need to Digiburst both the level 2 and the level 3 in order to actually get it rolling. You have been warned, ladies and gentlemen. You have been warned. Either way, this is a great skill that just, you're digivolving up, and while you're going, you're just casually taking out one of your opponent's Digimon. I cannot be the only one that thinks this sounds like an awful lot of fun. Now, Aldamon here, moving up into level 5s. We do have a couple level 5s that we can have a little bit of a chat about here. I also think I might have said 6 new Digimon at the start of the video. It's actually 5, but still, 5 new Digimon in one video. Come on, that is worth getting excited about. Is Aldamon worth getting excited about? Well, maybe. We got an 8 cost to play normally, which for a level 5 is... it's not terribly cheap. It's not horrendous, but it's not terribly cheap. Although, to be fair, like, I think all the level 5s we've been shown from this set so far... no, that's not true, not in yellow. But all but like one level 5 we've seen from this set so far have been an 8 cost to play normally, so maybe level 5s are just expensive in Great Legend. We got a 3 cost to Digivolve, which is completely standard. And we got 7,000 power, which isn't bad for a level 5. It's not hideously good, but that's not terrible for a level 5. Oh yeah, and you got security attack +1. That is to say that when you attack, you check 1 additional security card. But you've got 7,000 power. And that's what I find really interesting here. Because on the one hand, you can take out 2 security cards in one go. That is awesome. And on the other hand, you only perform the second security check if you survive the first security check. So you've got that extra security attack, but you're essentially sitting there when you're attacking, you're crossing your fingers going, come on, don't be destroyed during the first attack. Maybe you've given it jamming, maybe you boosted its power. These are both things I would highly recommend when using a card like Aldamon here, but it's certainly very interesting. Oh, what did I just say about boosting its power? Well, on your turn, while this Digimon has a hybrid form or Red Tamer Digivolution card, but bearing in mind hybrid Digimon can evolve from Tamers, so if you've got a Tamer, you must have a hybrid. Hey-ho. But if you've got a Red Tamer or hybrid form being used from it, you get an extra 4,000 power. So I literally just finished telling you that we like the security attack +1, but the 7,000 power is too low. It's too likely you're going to be destroyed by security cards and not get the second security attack. But straight away, all of a sudden, we're actually having 11,000 power, and that is a whole different ballgame. Now, it is worth noting that your average level 6 is 11,000 power, so if a level 6 does come out when you perform a security check, you are still likely to go down, but make no mistake about it, this is fun. I like this. It is one of those Digimon where the skills work together beautifully, and of course it's worth pointing out that this is very much like the Ritramon from the same set, from the same colour, because Ritramon on your turn gets an extra 3,000 power. And then you Digivolve into Aldamon and you go from a 9,000 power level 4 to an 11,000 power level 5. And you are having power here, which is frankly more than we would expect, given the stages that you're actually playing with here. And this is a fairly straightforward Digimon in that there aren't really too many tricks here. You are just having an 11,000 power level 5 with security attack +1. That is good, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, you've got to play it in a hybrid deck. It's like, you know, RizeGreymon here, but play it in a hybrid deck. Done. Sorted. Speaking of level 5s, we've also got RizeGreymon. Again, we got an 8 cost to play normally. Again, we got 7,000 power. And again, we do have a free cost to Digivolve. But the difference here is that you can Digivolve either from a level 4 red or a level 4 yellow. So that opens up a lot of options, and it does open up a lot of options, because essentially there are two things that you can do here that you can't do in a regular red deck. I should mention, before we get too far, it is treated as a yellow Digimon. Oh, and that opens up a lot of options. Essentially two. Level 6 yellow Digimon and yellow option cards. You cannot play a yellow option card if you don't have a yellow Digimon or Tamer in play, and you cannot evolve into a level 6 yellow unless you've got a level 5 yellow sitting on the field. Well, RizeGreymon totally counts. Do you want to put level 6 yellow Digimon and yellow option cards into your deck randomly as text? I don't know, that's up to you. I am merely telling you that RizeGreymon gives you the option of doing so, and that is huge. You can play this in a yellow deck as a random red card. Oh, look. Now I get to have red level 6s and red option cards. Or you can play it in a red deck as a random yellow card, and now you get yellow options and yellow level 6s. This can evolve from yellow or red and into yellow or red, so you can use this as a bridge to turn a red deck into a pseudo yellow deck or a yellow deck into a pseudo red deck. Either way, this opens up an awful lot of options. Oh yeah, but it actually keeps going. Because you've also got a main skill Digiburst 2 that lets you play a red or yellow Tamer with a play cost of 4 or less from your hand without paying its memory cost. I should mention here this is very much a little bit of future proofing, because as it stands at the moment we don't have any Tamers that have a cost of 5 or more. So this is really just future-proofing to make sure it doesn't happen again in the future. Okay, that makes kind of sense here. But playing a Tamer for free is huge. Like, you Digivolve up for free, and then you save yourself 4 memory, so you actually end up with kind of -1 memory playing this. That is good. Or you end up having spent -1 memory. You actually end up 1 memory up by virtue of playing this and the Tamer, which is pretty gosh darn cool. I like that. I mean, you still spent memory, but you know what I mean. It's good. Saves your memory. That's a nice thing. Obviously, if you're not playing it in a deck with Tamers, maybe don't, but it opens up a lot of nice options. And as a Digiburst 2 on a level 5, if you've gone level 2, 3, 4, 5, you will have 3 Digivolution sources, which is kind of cool. Of course, if you've gone up through Hybrid Digimon, you'll just have your Tamer level 4, level 5, so you will only have 2 to Digiburst away. But it's also got an inheritable skill, just in case everything else wasn't good enough. When you attack, if you have a Tamer, one of your opponent's Digimon gets -2,000 power for the turn. It's a yellow skill on a red Digimon, but it's not really a red Digimon, it's a red and yellow Digimon. And this is cool. I love this because it does 2 things. If you've got a little weak 2,000 power Digimon on the field, you get rid of it, yay, etc. But it also just breaks ties. If you've got an 11,000 power Digimon going against your opponent's 11,000 power Digimon, you use RizeGreymon, which you've hopefully evolved into your 11,000 power, and then all of a sudden you bring your opponent down. Or you have a 10,000 power level 6, you're against an 11,000, but you bring them down to a 9, you attack, they go down, you survive. You essentially break the power tie so that instead of you both going down, your opponent goes down, but you stay around and survive. And this is good, ladies and gentlemen. This is something I am all in favor of. There is so much in this particular card. You've got the fact that you can evolve from red or yellow. You've got the fact that you can evolve into red or yellow. You've got the ability to play a Tamer without even having to pay for it. And you've got an inheritable skill that lets you lower power when you attack. That is an awful lot to have in just one Digimon. and I think it's one that might be worth getting pretty gosh darned excited about. Generally speaking, you don't want to leave RizeGreymon on the field for very long. It's a case of you Digivolve into it, use a skill to play a tamer, and then you Digivolve into something with more power that can give your opponent's Digimon less power. Oh, it's all coming together rather beautifully, ladies and gentlemen, and I am rather excited. But I'd like to know how you feel about them. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far, the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.